Ready for our first speaker? All right, it's going to be a good one. This is a friend of mine I've known for years. He was a team leader for Keller Williams. He used to have me come speak at his market center. When I saw the EXP webinar, honestly, one of the first people I called, I took him to lunch, asked him all about his goals, his dreams, what he was doing with his life. And he's like, I think I'm going to go independent. I'm going to launch this brand. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. I'm like, that's so great. I know you can do it, Chris. I know you can do it. And I'm just cheering him on. I'm like, hey, by the way, before you launch that, just take a peek at this EXP thing. He's like, okay. We spent an hour talking about him at lunch, his goals, his dreams. He kept asking about EXP. I'm like, later. I want to hear more about you. And we made it an hour about him. We get done. He's like, you got to tell me at EXP. I'm like, man, I got to go. Watch the webinar. It's 95% visual, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words. And he watched the webinar. He's like, oh, my gosh, why would I want to do my own independent thing? He got an EXP. He's tearing it up. He's doing great. So help me welcome from Sacramento, California, Mr. Chris Okamara. Give him a hand. There he is. The steps are good steps.
I was supposed to be second, but I'll be first. I like it. That's right. See, he just realized that. You play this on me every time. Yeah, right? Oh, can you hear that? That's loud. How's everybody doing? This is crazy. So if you were up here yesterday, today is like American Idol. This is nuts. Like, this is, I feel like I'm going to teach for like Mike Ferry or something. Everybody open your Bibles to Hebrews chapter 12. And then stand up and sit down. Just kidding. All right, my name is Chris Okamara, also known as the Japanese Cowboy. Why? Thank you. That's the only thing I got going for me, by the way, is that it's a Japanese Cowboy. Curtis, I will figure something out for you, buddy, by the end of the night. Real quick, just to kind of give you a dialogue, I kind of want to talk about a couple things. Started in this I've been in a career for about 20 years in real estate. So those who've been in at least 10, you know how much you want to jump off a cliff and hang yourself by now in 20 years. So the reality is, though, I did a lot of it in the leadership role. I did a lot of stuff for my local board of directors. I'm also a CAR director. So I've done both of those for about 6 years. Such a great piece. If you haven't got involved in your local board, do so. Being a director is amazing. But I got very heavily involved with YPN. Those know who Young Professional Network is. If you guys have done one of those things, they're good events. We've done leaps and bounds throughout the years on a state level. But I managed to help my local YPN explode on a very massive amount in a short amount of time. So Keller Williams caught wind of that and said, hey, you'd be great for our model. So I got recruited instantly as a team leader into Keller Williams, and I did that for about 3.5, 4 years, which anybody who's a team leader here, 18 months is a life expectancy, unless you're on vodka. So 3.5 years, learned a lot though. I got an MBA in business with Keller Williams. They shot you across the country. They taught you a ton of stuff, so I'm super blessed for that, and I thank them. And it's be able to do things like help build Brent Goves, help build these mega teams. So I have those abilities now. I appreciate that. But after that was done, literally the carpet got kind of pulled out a little bit from underneath my feet, and I decided at the end of that point, I realized one thing. I was always building someone else's empire. I was never building mine. And as soon as it was done, I had my coat in the closet, and that was all I had left. So at that point, I decided to join into another venture. I didn't learn my lesson the first time. And buy into an Intero franchise. Anybody know about Intero? Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, great company, amazing model. Did the whole tour. They're in Silicon Valley. For those who don't know, they're actually right next door to Apple. So it's a great company. But we didn't have one that was really developed yet in our area locally, so the guy who was selling franchises came and hunted me down. I said I'd give it 6 months. 6 months, if it doesn't work, I'm done. It's a short-term relationship. If it doesn't work in 6, I'm out. Well, in 6 months, it didn't work. And the moral of that story is, if you have money, doesn't mean you should own something. So at that point, it was so funny because at that point, I was like 18 years into my career in this business, and I thought I was going backwards. I was literally at square one again. And it's so funny, I was praying to God. For those who aren't religious, sorry. I was praying to God about, let me know where I need to go. And then here comes Brent. He's my angel. Can you picture Brent as an angel? Right? He was even wearing that little diaper thing. It was cute. Anyhow, he literally called me, and that conversation is true. He's like, I left Keller Williams. I'm like, there's no way you left Keller Williams. He's got it tattooed on the back of his neck. And he said, yeah, I did. So at that point, I was extremely intrigued. So this is the point I want to tell you. Those who are leading a spectacular career in this business, you guys are iconic in your market centers. People look up to you. They respect you. When you make moves, you cause waves. So if you do, don't be the closet agent. Get out there. Guess what? I just joined an amazing company. It's revolutionizing, changing the industry, right? Don't be afraid to talk about it. Because when he did, people listened. I listened. I wanted to know why. So he did. He talked. We met. I saw the webinar and it exploded like that commercial on TV. The dust comes out. It dust came out. And at that point, it was a no-brainer for me. And so I've been in it since January of 17, but here's the funny part. The very things that I saw that were amazing that attracted me, which was the revenue share piece and things of that nature, because coming from Keller Williams as a team leader, that's what we did every day. We had to recruit at least 10 people a month to keep our jobs. But it was not always the best people, let's be honest. If they had a heartbeat and a pulse and blood was flowing, we recruited you. It's true. So it was a different dynamic. But coming over here now, it's ironic because as soon as I got into this business at NDXP, first thing I did was what? Go sell houses. Nothing wrong with that. But every day, Brent would gently nudge me. He said, hey, Chris, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm busy. I'm selling real estate. Leave me alone. He says, okay. Literally for 6 months, he did that to me like religiously. But I just did real estate. After that, about 7 months, around July of 17, he says, we're going to lunch. I'm like, all right. He says, I'm going to share with you my revenue share check. I saw it, and I almost peed my pants. I really did. Not because I'm old, because I am, but because I really almost peed my pants. At that point, he was shaking me like, what are you doing? This is what you do. You've done it for years. This is your model. Why are you doing real estate? And I'm like, I don't know. But how funny, we all get sucked back into that black vortex of doing what we do, right? We're always married to the outcome of the transaction closing, because why? It pays our bills. That's all we know. It's all we've been doing for years. And now the opportunity to build something for ourselves has been approached upon us, and now this is exciting. So I took my hat off and started doing the recruiting thing in July of 17, and I managed to get my unicorn. Y'all all saw yesterday, Shireen Duncan from Hawaii. Woo! And I guess my other point to this is you just never know who you're going to meet. So when they're saying to talk, just share it. That's all you're doing. You're just sharing something, right? You never know who you're going to cross paths with. And the true story, if I got a second, I'll tell you the story behind this. This is ironic. We weren't even friends on Facebook. So I Facebook stalked her. Yes, I'm guilty. Well, we weren't friends yet because you thought I was someone else. She did. And she thought I was another Japanese cowboy in Kailua that came to her open house, which I didn't. And so she accepted my friend request. And then I said, hey, I want to share with you this amazing new company model. Would you take 30 minutes and watch the webinar? Sure. 4 months later, I chased. Everybody I chased. We talked about I chased. And I just said gently, what's going on? So literally within 4 months, she's like, I swear I'll watch it. I'm like, sure, great. She watched it one day, and in 30 minutes, she texts me and says, I'm in. That's all she says, I'm in. And I was like, wow, really? Anyways, moving forward, I've managed to be, I have 12 now today, thank goodness. 12, my front line, 2 came in, and I'm over 140 now at the month. But with 3 of my 12 people, I've been able to get over to 140 people in a year. And yes, the revenue share is there. It is changing my life. It is changing everybody's life. And I sat this past Friday, because I haven't been to work in 2 weeks now. Actually, I was in Hawaii doing my first luau and learn, by the way. Luau and learns are awesome, because you get to dress like this, minus the shirt and maybe some flip-flops, and everybody's cool with it. They're like, totally okay. So we did our first luau and learn, did great. But I've been in Hawaii for 2 weeks, came back, I haven't done work for another 2 weeks. I've been traveling, I came here. And then the funny thing the other day is I sat down and I said, God, I woke up and I feel weird. And I was like, something's wrong, something's off. And you know what it was? I'm not used to not working. Every day grinding, every day rinse, wash, dry, repeat. I've done it forever. And now I'm like, I'm good. I really don't need to work necessarily. Has it changed my life? Absolutely. I've brought my son, he's 16, he's not here, but he's with me in Vegas, so he's not yet in school. He's not there, otherwise he'd be in school. But you know what? I've been able to spend the last 3 weeks with him that has just been dynamic. So for any of you who are parents, you understand. And I come from a really, can I say shitty? Okay, a really shitty childhood. My dad was about as good as a 2x4 post. I probably could get more affection out of that, a splinter or something. But the reality is, I've promised myself to never be that guy. So when we talked about yesterday, the whys, knowing your plan, first off, let's give it up to yesterday's speakers, because those people were amazing, by the way. Yesterday was amazing. But understanding your plan, somebody brought that out, right? What is your plan? What is your why? Well, it's funny, my why for the longest time was always to prove my dad he was wrong, that I was amazing, that I was good, I could do it, right? It's kind of sick and sadistic, I'll be honest, but it pushed me through the darkest nights and the 7th hour when I was ready to die. Like, nope, can't give up. Here's the irony of all, he never even found out. I mean, honestly, I haven't talked to my dad in 25 years. So that's the worst part, right? I busted my ass to prove something to a man who never even seen it. Go figure. Either way, my why has changed. It is now my kids. I have 2. One's 25, though. Yes. And I have a 2-year-old grandson. Yes. And I'm like 65. Yes. Hawaiians hold their age well. But it's changed my why dramatically. So my point is, when everybody is getting into this business and who's done it for several years, you need to find out what that why is, reignite it. If it's not there anymore, find a bigger one. And this will push you to see the outcome that you want. And yes, we see all these people up here yesterday that were making just crazy amounts of opportunities, right, to create a business. You are now, everybody in this room has the same opportunity. It is now time to be part of the owner's box. Yes? Kobe Bryant makes great money, but I want to be the owner of the Lakers. Just being honest. Kobe has to work long hours and stress and sacrifice not seeing his family and beat his body to death physically, but he makes great money, don't lie. But I'd still rather be the owner, sitting in the box. We all have the opportunity. So the real shift, I guess you want to talk about a little bit real estate. Coming back into this model in 2017, I had not done a single transaction for 5 years because I was running companies. So I was starting like a brand new agent from scratch. So that kind of scared me. I was a little intimidated by it. So what I do, in December of 2016, I went and did 30 for 30, which is 30 open houses in 30 days in the month of December through Christmas. I did it on purpose for December. Why? Because everybody says nobody works during Christmas. Well, that's a lie. And, oh, business slows down. No, it doesn't. Just go to work. I got 7 transactions out of that for that month. Okay? So here's the thing. There's no secret sauce. Go to work. Do your job. Just be willing to do the things that other people are not willing to do, and you will see the results that are just tremendous. So I did that. Real estate is all about doing things consistently, right? The averages work in your favor if you do them consistently. That's been proven. You could drink a little bit of alcohol every day and become an alcoholic in 6 months, right? It's just the averages work in your favor. Do the things, they would work. So yes, 30 for 30. I do have a team, Okamara Realty Group. I have 4 buyer's agents. They're all brand new, but my agents go through very similar. I don't give any of them leads. So I teach them how to be an amazing realtor. I learned that from Brent, by the way. His team is run the same way. I train them to be amazing realtors. Let's build fishermen, not people who get fish. Amen. Right? Amen. That changes the industry. Amen. And yes, it's a lot of work in the front, but guess what? You get the results in the back. Now I have several buyer's agents who have just put 3 escrows in this month, and they're brand new. They've been here since February because they're doing what they're supposed to do, and they were taught the right way. So a lot of work, but the thing is, it's done through systematics and systems and models. Just follow the systems. That's it. Anyhow, that was that piece for real estate. As far as that, consistency is the key. Know your plan, know your why. This is an opportunity. This room is amazing, by the way. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, James, for putting this together. You guys are awesome. I love you, brother. I really do. We have like the best Tuesday nights together, by the way. Brent has this little room. We call it the think tank room. And it's literally 2 leather chairs and an ottoman. I get the ottoman, of course. And it's nothing but walls. There's not a window in the room. And he has each and every one of your guys' names, no lie, on the wall. Well, James does, not Brent, sorry. James, where you at? James has all the names on the wall. But one of the things I love about he does, he's always about saying, build fires in the basement. You build a fire in the basement and you watch it go to the top. So what does he do? He identifies everybody in these downlines, these organizations. He starts putting fires in everybody. And Brent's good at that. He makes it personal. He calls you, he texts you. What are you doing? Let's help you get started. So he inspires. So thank you for being so inspirational to all of us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. And Sheila and everybody else from the very beginning. Sheila's our mom. Sheila's our grandma. She's our mom. Where's Sheila at? Sheila started us all. Thank you, Sheila. There you are, sweetie. She started us all. But nonetheless, you guys are at the time now where they say, this room will never be this size ever again. And look around right now because it won't. It will never be the same. Why? Because you guys are at the beginning of something that's amazing, that if you take advantage of it and jump on it and just do consistency with it, find a plan, add it to your daily routine, I guarantee you, you will have the ability to have what the rest of us are up here doing already. It is all open to you guys. So that's it. Thank you.